Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, where I spent a little bit of time between episodes kind of going through the court record and rereading some of the stuff, specifically the prayer flags, because I feel like we haven't explained that. But I feel like that's probably going to come up much later. Basically, it wasn't helpful. The ritual curtain. I feel like the ritual curtain and using the binoculars, but I feel like there was an issue with that, and I can't find exactly where it was. Like, I felt like when we were investigating, there was an issue with one of the curtains. Or I'm wondering if I don't know, maybe I should have gone back and watched that. Then I went through and read, like, the right sky. I thought maybe that would have something to do with it. That's when I saw the accused stab the high priest with a dagger. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with that. Someone's around. I hate crowds, so I climbed up there. So I thought I have an issue with him climbing up there. I guess. Do I have a thing about Mount Pony Pony? I don't think so, actually. A poster in the high priest's house shows the inner sanctum and Mount Pony Pony. Oh no, there's literally a path. All right, never mind. Spy on the right. Is it really just this?
Objection!
It is. Oh my god, I can't believe I spent so much time on that. Your Majesty, I had my doubts about this bushy bearded witness, but now I know we can't trust him. What? You ain't just judging me solely on my bodacious beard, are you? A little bit. Not at all, Mr. Amos. It's much more than your sketchy appearance. It's your sketchy testimony. This testimony, you say? Yes, recall how the inner sanctum was that day. Specifically that it was completely enclosed by the ritual curtain. No, I think what I was confusing was the prayer flags. Because I was like, wasn't it the other side? Like where I don't have anything to point to it. But the right side is, I thought there's an issue with like the curtain there. I'm probably misremembering. So, yes, I believe you're right. The curtain would have completely blocked the witness's view from Mount Pony Pony. Therefore, he couldn't possibly have seen the murder happen. Mr. Amos, have you been knowingly making false statements to this court? Yeah, you got me. The witness will lower his voice. I didn't actually see the accused herself. You didn't actually see the accused herself? What's that supposed to mean? Let me set the record straight, I beg ya. Alright, what has he got? The night of the murder, amended. Great. I saw their shadowy silhouettes projected against the ritual curtain. Oh my god, I think I can disprove that one. Wait, where was it? Shoot, did I make that up? No, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't have worked. No, wait. Am I thinking of that wrong? So, the figures were created by the light of the full moon on that clear and still night. Yeah! She was just a shadow, but I could tell it was the accused reverse gripping that dagger. How? There's so much wrong with that. Shadows, that's what you saw? Couldn't have. That's right. I can see what's going on by the shadows projected onto the ritual curtain. Nope, you couldn't have. Oh my god. In the future, Mr. Amos, I'd rather you offer up accurate testimony from the start. Forgive me, my main man, Mr. Magistrate. Chalk it up to my fuzzy memory. Though he saw but shadows, it is still valuable testimony. You have to be kidding me. Well, what are we going to do now, Nick? Oh my god, come on, guys. All I can think of is to look for inconsistencies between the actual right and what Mr. Immis says he saw. Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness once more. Oh my god. Come on. I had to make up for the last one. Okay, so which statement do I want here? Yep, come on. Ready to go. The shadow silhouettes projected against the ritual curtain. The figures were created. Yeah. I knew you were lying before we even got to this stand. That's what I want to present, right?
Objection!
You saw silhouettes projected by the moonlight? Nope. Sorry, but that's just not possible. What do you mean? How's it not possible? It was totally possible. That's impossible. I think I'm gonna need a logically translation on that. Let's take a look at this rights guide, shall we, Mr. Immis? The right is held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pony Pony. So if the moon was shining from the west, any shadows would have been cast eastward. But Mr. Immis was standing to the west of the inner sanctum on Mount Pony Pony. Oh, holy mother! Took me to what, like 5 minutes to figure out the curtain, but I got the moonlight reflections thing pretty fast. That's right, our witness here couldn't have seen any shadowy figures on that curtain. No way! Perhaps it was the sacred flames of the lantern that cast the shadows you saw? I'm afraid not. I inspected them during my investigation, but the flames were too small to cast the crisp, distinct figures Mr. Immis claims to have seen. But I did see those silhouettes, really. How could he, Nick? Maybe he was someplace where they were visible. Wait, don't tell me. Your Majesty, Mr. Immis really did see those shadows. It brings a brand new fact to light. That would be... The brand new fact that comes to light if Mr. Immis really did see those shadows is... He was somewhere else. He couldn't have been where he said he was. He wasn't where he claimed to be at the time of the murder. Whoa, we're doing so good. So good. No, then where do you propose the witness was? Someplace where he could have seen the shadowy figures, naturally. Wait, you mean... None of the mountains east of the inner sanctum are close enough for a good view. That leaves only one place he could have clearly seen the shadows from. Where might that be? This is where Mr. Immis was at the time of the murder. The inner sanctum. The high priest's home. Mr. Immis was at the inner sanctum just outside the curtain on the east side. That's the only place from which he could have seen the shadowy figures. But wait... doesn't that kind of hurt our case, though? Ooh, ah! Really? Wow, I didn't even think of that. Wasn't the inner sanctum off limits to all but the victim and the accused? And the third party who was there, you mean? I get the feeling that's a subject Prosecutor Sadmati would rather not touch right now. Ooh. You mean... That's right. This witness was at the scene of the crime, which means he is the mysterious third party we saw during the divination seance. He could be the one who dressed as Lady Kira and killed the high priest. Googie! What?
Objection.
No one but the two participants were allowed anywhere near the inner sanctum. And up there are the stairs that start down at the Plaza of Devotion. That's where it comes from! So tell me, how do you propose the witness entered the sacred space? Oh, you must have thought that far ahead. The sanctum has sheer cliffs on three sides and a steep towering rock face on the other. No one could have made it there by climbing the faces of those cliffs. His Majesty speaks true. To say Mr. Immis was at such an inaccessible location is but a bid to tarnish his credibility. Alright, then you explain how he saw it. Is that not right? Yeah, right. I wasn't at the inner sanctum. No, sir. No how. At least I'm pretty sure I wasn't. Pretty sure isn't sure. Then what about those silhouettes you claim to have seen? I'm starting to think I've been imagining things. What? This is insane. So then he's not really a witness and should probably go away. I knew we couldn't trust that lawyer. He's trying to frame the witness. Peace, I say. This is impossible. Unless I can show how he got to the inner sanctum. It just looks like I'm trying to slander Mr. Immis. I believe in you, Nick. Rah, rah, sis, boom, bah, fight, fight, Phoenix Wright. Just look at the accused. Has she no shame? What's your problem, lady? Phoenix Wright is very trustworthy, I'll have you know. She's got some nerve for a criminal. I bet that lawyer poisoned her mind. Oh, please, Maya, you're only making it worse. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but it's probably best to keep it to yourself for now. I'd advise the defense to think carefully before making any more sudden outbursts. Yes, Your Majesty. If I wasn't the bad guy before, I definitely am now. Now, Mr. Immis, I'd like you to think back carefully before you testify next time about where you were that night. Where I really was. Part 2. I wasn't at the inner sanctum. I was never at the inner sanctum, I tell ya. That much I'm sure of, even with the fuzzy memory. Besides, it would have been impossible to get there in the first place. No! Boy, you lawyers sure are scary. I guess it might have been impossible for him to get to the inner sanctum like he claims, but... No, I got it! Now will you desist in trying to frame this innocent witness? Yeah, I'd like to see you explain how he got up there. Oh, I'm gonna. I got this. Mr. Wright, is it now time for these cross-examinations? I'm just getting started, man. A moment of desperation leads to 100 million years of torment. Except for each moment a sinner's been struggling to deny their sins, 100 million years of torment are added to their time in hell. Mormonism is the strictest religion ever. And just so you know, you've already accrued 200 million extra years. So basically all of humanity, so I might as well just keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. Plus the 5 they started with, that's 700 million. Whoa. Sure, what's another 200 million, give or take? What's a big deal to me? No, it isn't. I can't keep saying that the witness was there at the inner sanctum if I can't prove it. I can prove it. The problem is, how am I going to do that? Alright, do I press first? I think we press first, then we'll...
Hold it!
That one's gonna be useless. Are you sure you weren't there? Oh, I'm sure of it. You're deeply skeptical. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, are all lawyers like this? Most certainly. They always try to pin crimes on innocent witnesses without any proof whatsoever. It did kind of do that. They're no better than bacteria or viruses. Yikes, you mean he's contagious? He's gonna get me lawyeritis. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Ew, that was a close one. He almost put me there at the scene of the crime when I wasn't even there. Oh, well, I guess that one was useless too. Whatever. I kind of want to see all these. You just said your memory was fuzzy. Yeah, I sure did. What's the big deal? I'll tell you what. Your testimony isn't very credible if your memory of the events is fuzzy. Oh, no worries there. My memory may be fuzzy, but I'm very clear on one thing. Here we go again. If you ask me whether or not I remember what I did that night, I'd say I do. Sure, you are confident that your testimony is true. Is that correct, Mr. Immis? Exactly. Guess you don't get to be a judge for nothing. So in closing, I can clearly say that I was totally not there. I don't think that's true. I think I have evidence too. I wonder if it really was impossible for you to get to the inner sanctum. If you have something to say, just say it. Couldn't there have been another way to get there? A way that wouldn't attract attention? No, there isn't. Which means there is. Perhaps the defense would share its theory with us? I don't even have a wild guess, let alone a theory. No, I do. Time to reach into my bag of bluffs. To reach the inner... Oh, here we go. To reach without attracting any attention. came from the sky. That's where I think all this is. Into a long banner. Yep, that's it. Maybe you fell from the sky. The lawyer thinks he's a comedian now. I was wondering what crazy theory you would propose next. Well, defense, let's hear it. Mr. Immis could have, parachuted down. We already know the weather was clear and there was no wind to speak of. Perfect weather for skydiving, I'd say. Now that you have been backed into a corner, your delusions grow ever more delusional. The inner sanctum is on a tiny ledge upon a sheer cliff over 2,000 meters tall. One misstep and a skydiver would soon find himself in the twilight realm. Yeah! I don't care how still the wind was, even I couldn't have made that jump. Wait, what's this building on top of the sacred mountain? That's the Royal Penitentiary number 4. Oh, right, Princess Raifa mentioned there was a prison up there. How do you get your prisoners up there anyway? By helicopter, but only with authorization from the Minister of Justice. He's the only one who can approve flights that pass over the inner sanctum. Oh, let's go, let's go. Might I also add defense that no parachute or any other equipment necessary for skydiving have been found. Yes, there was. Are you saying I flew down there by flapping my arms? I may be an incredible dude, but even I'm not that capable of that. Well, please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Immis.
Hold it!
You wouldn't need to flap your arms if you had some gear. As I have already stated, nothing of the sort was found in or around the scene of the crime. I'd sure like to see some of that so-called gear you're talking about. Wait, I know, but was there really nothing like that at the inner sanctum? There was. What if there's something that could have been used as a parachute? Should give the evidence another look. Nope. Yeah. You continue to claim that the witness was at the inner sanctum. Yes, said claim shall remain, but a claim without any supporting evidence, Mr. Wright. Yes, I realize that, Your Majesty. If I can't find any inconsistencies, I guess I can always try to elicit some more testimony. Wait, no, I got this. All right. Not like it can fly through the air either. Oh, but what if you use sanctum preflex?
Objection!
Mr. Immis is right. He couldn't have skydived down there without any gear. Well, now, finally come around, have ya? Now that you see I couldn't have possibly been there at the inner sanctum. Right. If you didn't have any gear, that is. What on earth are you talking about? That overreaction is a dead giveaway that I'm on the right track. Take a look at this piece of evidence. Those are prayer flags, are they not? Yes, but they've been sewn together to create one big banner. A banner that could also function like a parachute. Polkunka. The people of Khura'in are so used to seeing prayer flags that the police didn't even think twice about these flags during their investigation. Ooh, he's mad. I love it. No, this cannot be. The witness landed at the inner sanctum by using these prayer flags as a parachute. Is that not right, Mr. Immis? There's no way out. I'm surrounded. Mr. Immis? All this talk jogged my memory. I guess I was there at the inner sanctum after all. What? I don't hear any praise. Come on. Come on. Come on, audience. As I suspected, there were 3 people there that night. You did it, Nick. You weren't wrong after all. Thanks? Mr. Immis, you were the one disguised as Lady Kira that night, weren't you? What? No way, no how. It's like this. Oh yeah. I was only there at the inner sanctum by accident. By accident? Exactly. And that thing's not a parachute, it's a homemade paraglider. A paraglider? Are you telling me you could fly using that patchwork mess of materials? It may not look like much, but it's as sturdy as can be. I rode the wind like an eagle, going higher and higher from my earthly launching point. But then something happened that forced me to land at the inner sanctum. So you just happened to land there, and you expect me to believe that? No, please calm yourself, Mr. Wright. However, the fact the witness was at the inner sanctum is crucial testimony indeed. How come he's not getting called out for changing his story 600 times? I did it once! It certainly warrants further explication. Therefore, let's continue with more testimony. Again? Why I was at the inner sanctum? That evening, I was enjoying a trek through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. But just as Mount Pony was drawing near, something terrible happened. An accident forced me to make an emergency landing at the inner sanctum. As I landed, I banged my head, causing me to lose my memory. So you see, I ended up at the inner sanctum purely by accident. Mr. Amiss, you failed to mention any of this during your pretrial questioning. It can't be helped. I'm just remembering it now. Continue such slipshod testimony, and you will be cast into the hell of hangnails. What? Where you shall have hangnails grow and ripped out for 800 million years. I think I'll pass on that. Looks like that caught Prosecutor Sadmati off guard. This is my chance to rip his case to shreds. Alright, I know what I want to poke at.
Hold it!
Alright, explain this, actually. You were enjoying a trek through the night sky with your homemade paraglider. You didn't go to pray. A devout Uranus like me can pray anywhere, even while flying through the sky. But I wouldn't recommend you try it. You're bound to end up dead. A paraglider? I didn't see anything like that. That's because the ritual curtain, it blocked your view. You should have seen me majestically soaring between the mountains. Really? What do you think, Nick? Don't ask me. I was really enjoying that flight. At first, anyway.
Hold it!
Uh-huh. Something terrible happened? Exactly, and when I say terrible, I mean terrible. What? Was there something unexpected near Mount Pony? What was it again? Wait, you don't remember? Let's just say it was terrible. Got that.
Hold it!
How about this? What exactly was this accident you had? Yeah, good question. Now, what was it again? Wind? Oh, yeah, it was the wind. Not just any wind, but a sudden gale force wind made me lose control. The wind was strong enough to make you lose control? Yeah, I got that right. Okay, then, please add that to your testimony. Oh, you messed up. Gale force winds came out of nowhere, so I made an emergency landing at the sanctum. What? Weather forecast. Calm, clear skies tonight. Boom! Oh! We have a saying in my country, Mr. Amiss. From one lie sprouts another. Ha! No, what's that supposed to mean? Means I gotcha. It means someone caught lying will lie again in an attempt to conceal their first lie. In other words, this current testimony is just a blatant lie you're telling to cover your tracks. Oh my god, this is awesome. What did you say? You claimed gale force winds caused you to lose control, but this newspaper has the weather report for the day of the murder. It says, the area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. Paul Paconca. I do believe it does say that. From one lie sprouts another. That makes sense, but is it really a saying back home? I've never heard of it. Yeah, I kind of made that one up. For real? Your Majesty, the witness's testimony contains another flaw, one that's even more fatal to his cause. More fatal, you say? The defense will explain himself at once. Mr. Amiss claims he was flying up around the inner sanctum with his paraglider, but it would have been impossible to get all the way up there without any wind. Why, yes, I believe you're right, but we know the witness was at the inner sanctum, so... Mr. Amiss, how did you get there, and from where? Without any wind, he couldn't have flown up there from the bottom of the mountain. The process of elimination, the only starting point that makes any sense is... Your Majesty, I believe I have the answer to your question. To reach the inner sanctum, Mr. Immis must have launched himself from here. Hopefully it's not super touchy.
Take that!
Ooh, are you insane? Ooh, that's where he came from. If he couldn't have come from below, the only other option is from above. So you see, Anonymous came down from Royal Penitentiary number 4. From there, he could have easily reached the inner sanctum by parachute. And that means he might have also killed the High Priest. What? Mr. Immis, were you the third party at the inner sanctum and the one behind the warning to halt the right that the victim received? Was it you who saw his final memory? Are you the rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Got him. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sir, help me out here. We'll just have to look for that help in the next episode. I hope you're looking forward to that. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.